All right, welcome back, everybody. This is M-Dog, and we are fishing here at Copper Lake. We're over at 5660, which is right in the corner of F3 on your Copper Lake map. And in an effort to try to find a spot and setup that, at least for some people, has been fairly promising and at times even lucrative. You know, we're less than 24 hours in, or maybe right now we're just about 24 hours in on how long Copper Lake has been out. So it's going to take some time for everyone, I think, to tweak the approaches, find the right setups and all that. But, you know, there's been some success that people have been experiencing. And this is, I think, probably one of the spots that has started to look the most promising, at least right now, as we're sitting in our chair. I did hear a little beep over here, so let's see what's going on. I didn't see which one it was. Let's see. Let's think about what that noise was. That was pretty high pitched. If I can get, there we go. Let's go to details. Yeah, it was definitely the middle one. It's the central one. Still haven't recognized or gotten to the point where I recognize all the sounds yet. Looks like that was just a nibble though. So for what it's worth, this is the setup we're using. It's just double banana corn, banana strike, and this is the PVA. This PVA is a PVA I had from Bear from probably, well, look, it says 2021. Literally like 3+ years ago. So don't worry about the PVA. I'm just using up PVA in my inventory while we're still like trying to figure out things here at Copper Lake. I don't feel like anyone's dialed in on PVA recipes at the moment. And frankly, I'm just not worried about it. So don't worry about the PVA. Basically, we're just creating some sort of feed, PVA, ground bait, whatever, to attract fish to our banana flavors that we're using. And our comfort is just going down quick, isn't it? So yeah, we'll see. We're just at a 10-meter clip right off the end of this little dock. You can see town is right over here. I feel like this is like similar to an angle that we might have even had from one of the trailers. Being able to see town just kind of like right over there. So hopefully we'll catch some fish. Looks like we're getting a fish on the left rod now too. I don't know if y'all can even hear it. It's so quiet, but I just love the I just recently uploaded a video about these rod pods, and I'm really enjoying using it. And one of my favorite things is that we are able to change the volume. I like that I can still hear, but just barely. And so I even feel like I can stream for the first time with sounds on for bite alarms, because it's so quiet that it's enough to get my attention, but it's not enough to really like annoy people. At least that's the theory. So that was, by the way, an F1. That's a good start. And I don't have a lot of time this morning before I'm going to take off to work, but I thought we would just fish for a few minutes and just see if anything good comes in. Like, we're already getting another nibble on that left line. And again, they're all set up the same. There's no difference right now. I did think about putting, so if you look at banana corn, right now we're using these Old Pal. I thought about trying Craft Baits brand on at least one rod, but when you're trying to just get something going that's like gonna be decent fishing at a new place, I think the first step is just getting a baseline. It's actually helpful to use all the same thing, I think. And then once you have a baseline, then start experimenting. But yeah, we're getting some good nibbles here. If anything, this could be like decent just because we're moving from overnight to those early morning hours. Oftentimes this is some good carp fishing time. I don't know what the rain does though. If that's a helpful thing or not so much. By the way, this approach and this spot, yes, for the video, guys. How nice is it that this F1 decided to join us for the video? Oh my goodness. That's my first trophy at Copper Lake, by the way. What I was about to say, is that an Ide? Yeah, that's cool. What I was about to say is that actually a lot of people are catching occasional trophies here. Obviously F1 is a possibility, but also like Crucian Gibble trophies, funny enough, are coming out of this spot. But, you know, a good mix of smaller species but decent fish, especially with us using these single corn. It shouldn't come as a huge surprise that that's sort of what is happening here. There's our 4 kilo mirror carp. I mean, this, I have caught 4 kilo mirror carps here at Copper like nobody's business. And by 4, I mean 5.8, but usually they're 4.3 or something. So again, 10 meter clip, just casting right in front of us here. And just very cool. Again, at least this time of day, this part of the day, obviously we're getting a really nice bite rate. Quality of fish is good. Now it's not going to be like this all day. This isn't, we haven't unlocked Copper Lake with this spot. But it's baby steps, right? You start to figure out some things, some spots that are working, and you start to get a vision for like, okay, I can kind of see, you know what, this place, ever since the first time I stepped foot on this place, for some reason, the vibes that I have gotten is Old Mosquito. And obviously, it's like Old Mosquito on steroids because there's so much better fish here than compared to Old Mosquito. And so the ceiling of how much silver you can make here is much higher. But I don't know why, I just get Old Mosquito vibes. And especially as we're sitting here trying to catch, you know, really decent F1s and stuff like that. Or like maybe a koi or something. But we're also potentially going to be catching, you know, trophy Crucian Gibble occasionally as well. All right, there's definitely a fish on this third line. I don't know what's going on with the middle line. That looked like it was also doing something, but maybe not. All right, this is a very small mirror. He's going to turn into fish pieces. I don't think there's a fish on the middle line. I think it's just like a slow nibble. We're going to sit down as we turn this mirror carp into fish pieces. Okay. Just Ren's got a trophy Crucian. Could be in this very spot, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if a trophy Crucian came out from here. Cannot believe we got my first trophy. I'm so glad that my first trophy here was not a Crucian Gibble. I mean, that would have been fine, right? But it's just cool that it was an F1. A new species, a new carp. I feel like the F1 is kind of like in between Crucian Gibble and your regular carp. It's more akin to like a tench in the size, but it's even a little smaller, but it looks like a carp, you know? And those must be real fish. I mean, I don't know. I know so little about in real life carp fishing, but there are F1s or those types of fish or similar names in so many different games that must be a real deal. I appreciate all the comments lately, especially with some of the folks that do have real life experience fishing for carp or fishing at these like fishery type locations, have offered some good insights. I fishing at? I am fishing at, is it 5660? Yeah. All right, there we go. Looks like another mirror to me. It's a marker that, no, it's not a marker. If it was common, that would have been a marker at that size. Look how plentiful the mirror carp are in this spot, or if you're fishing in this spot that's kind of like directly across from here. Seems like there's plenty of mirror carp in the water. So if you don't know already, and I'll try to maybe say this in some of the early videos that I make about this place, there are some restrictions on gear here. We are not allowed to use carp rods. You can't use match rods if the power is greater than medium light. And the big one for us is that you can't use, well, the carp rods is big, but you can't use spinning reels larger than 6,000. So what I have done is I have decided to, I already had a Royal Picker, and I think my plan is to get 2 more Royal Pickers, although sometimes I waver and think about the new pickers they added to the game. I don't know, but I've been leaning towards Royal Pickers. And then as you can see, I bought one of these Azimut Blue 6000, and I got an Avia 6000 because I really wanted to use both of them for a while. I already had this Trident Mayer 6000. I've had this for, I don't know, 4 years or something. That's what it feels like. And it never gets any use, so all of a sudden there's a reason for me to use it, which is kind of cool. But I think I'm going to land on either the Avia or the Azimut Blue. And I kind of wanted to get some practice in with both before deciding which one I might want to create an entire set with. But the next purchase will obviously be picker rods once they're back in stock, because with the restrictions of this place, I do think this is kind of a cool opportunity to use picker rods instead of feeder. If you're ever going to use picker rods, this would kind of be the place, since we can't use carp rods. We got to get off these baby mirrors, though. I mean, I love the bite rate. I haven't experienced this kind of bite rate at Copper yet, so I'm loving the bite rate. However, I'm not loving the baby mirror carp, although I can get over it because we've caught some nice things and mixed in. It looks like another F1. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so we're doing pretty good. 11 minutes. I mean, this isn't Norwegian Sea bite frequency, but this is pretty good. And like, you know, what have we done? 2 or 3 into bait as well. All right. These bite alarms are so cool. Because you get the notification even if the fish is swimming towards the shore instead of swimming away. Like that. I forget what you call that, but it's so cool the way that works. Hey, look at this. What a beautiful fish. Kohaku. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty action-packed. So we've had a Kohaku and the F1 trophy. Those have definitely been our money fish so far, I think. Getting a nibble again. Yeah, you can see the way that back line works. If the line gets pushed towards the shore, it still has an alarm to hit. That is unfortunately another baby mirror. Well, the hope is to stream again this afternoon after work. So I'm not going to be able to go too much longer right now on working on this video, but after work I am hoping to get another stream in. So if you would like to hang out later today, I plan to be around. Okay, let's go check cafe and see kind of how we've done. Then we'll come back and see if we've got any fish on before we wrap this one up. I do think the map aesthetically, I think it's a very pretty map. I like the way it's really grown on me. At first I wasn't sure. Okay, so there's a F1 order for 76. That is very nice. Very, very nice. Glad we had that extra F1 and didn't have to use the trophy for that. Probably wouldn't be worth it, but let's see. Yeah, the trophy's worth more than the cafe order. So actually F1's worth more silver than the Kohaku, at least at this size. I think the Kohakus get a good bit bigger though, so that's probably the issue. But we're at 265 silver already. We've been fishing for 17 minutes or less. That is very, very cool. So there's 76 plus, you know, another 220. I mean, again, I accidentally, I mean, this wasn't planned. This is just the time I had available, but I've sort of stumbled into fishing at probably the ideal few minutes at this spot. So I would never say that I think that over 24 hours in game or 1 hour time, you're going to maintain this bite rate or this quality of fish, but it could still be a very good hour or two at this spot using this approach right now. At least that's what I'm thinking. Obviously things change quickly in this game. Water temperature is still very much normal, so we haven't had like the changes in water temperature yet, which is one of the new things they added. But just for what it's worth, this is the setup we're using. I like that the banana feed pellets are in there. I think the biscuit is fine. Corn flour base, banana attractant. I don't know that the crushed pop-up boilies are necessary. Nothing wrong with that, but I don't know that that's necessary. It's just what I happen to have had in this recipe. I think I used this recipe at Bear. So, oh, is that a crucian? Not quite a trophy crucian, but as you can see, the crucians do get big on this setup. So that's pretty cool. Okay. As always, thank you for watching. And yeah, let me know how your fishing's going. If you'd like to hang out, please come back later today. But I wish you the best. Tight lines, everybody. Well, as I was starting to say goodbye, we started to have 2 fish bites. So I'll give you a couple of bonus fish here. I want to make sure they're actually on. I think line 1 is definitely on at this point. One more baby mirror to grow on, of course. And then I don't know what's going on with line 2. That's actually the one that I thought we were going to be holding for because it was some strong, violent nibbles, and then it looks like it's kind of gone away. Oh well. Tight lines, everybody. I'll see you next time.